All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call. Let me know where you're coming in from and who we got. All right. Let's give it a few minutes here. And, while we're getting ready, I'll tell you, my voice is absolutely going. So, won't be a long webinar today. We'll keep it a little bit short, but we'll go through the pending marketing. It's one of my favorite statuses. But first, I was looking at some ads here in one of the accounts. And I thought I would point out, check this out. $15 spent, 0 leads. That was like awful. So I just reran the ad and let me click view. Because in this ad, and when I ran the ad, I kind of had this thought that house, like that was the main image. So when you go to Zillow, Trulia, this is the main image showing. And so when I was running the ad, I was like, God, that just looks a little bit weird. And man, sure enough, when I saw those results, so then I turned that ad off and I used a different image, turned around a little bit so that it's more off of that weird front. Because sometimes homes have a weird front. They just do. Like sometimes in Texas, you'll see those homes with like a brick front. And then somebody had this listing and it was like garage, small window above the garage, like in the second floor. And so it's like this brick wall above the garage. And it was dark. It didn't look that good. And so you can see right here how that looks much more attractive. So, sometimes you run an ad and sometimes you might think the image is actually good. And, swapping the image out, getting something different. You can also say I changed the color from gold and black to this kind of pink and white. And then also, I took that same image. This is just a total like trial. And I uploaded the image into Grok. And I said, turn this single image into a video of me walking slowly and smoothly towards the front door. And this is what it gave me. And this one's generating leads at like 324 each. I thought that was kind of cool. So that's just the image, right? That's just the same image as here. And I've got Grok on my phone. So I just got the image, uploaded it to Grok. Excuse me. So anyways, I thought I would share that with you. And then actually, this is pretty good. There's a video ad. So, in listings to leads coming in at like 550 a buyer lead, which for, down payment assistance is actually really good. So here, and I tell you, I've seen a few clients. There's a guy in Southern California, and then there's another older guy in, I want to say maybe Georgia, who they do a lot. And then there's this one of our clients, another client in Southern California who's Hispanic. He does them in Spanish. And so these are all clients as well, like this one, that I see doing really well with those kind of videos for down payment assistance. Even new construction can work really well. So, take that video that you might do for a reel, and you can repurpose it maybe into a video as an ad and then run that through listings to leads. So there's something else I want to share real quickly before we get to pending. I just dropped this in the mastermind group, and this is an email that I want you to send to any homeowner, home seller leads that you want to engage with. And I'm going to show you how to get this link. And the text is, oh, sorry about that. Just turn that off. The text is right here. All right, you can see the subject line, your home's value looked off to me. And when they click the link, and I'll show you how to get this link, it goes to a page with their home. The value estimate for your home seems pretty wide. We offer them some PDF guides on the home selling, home ownership, nearby sold homes, average home prices, an offer to get a real-time actual home price, my client reviews coming in from Zillow, Testimonial Tree, Google, my footer at the bottom. So this would be a great thing, a great email to send out to your homeowner leads. Maybe they're cold, you haven't talked to them in forever. And now it's interesting because we have, if somebody does fill out the free home values or property valuation plus, it can be set up so that they get a updated home value estimate the first week of every month. It's just a setting on the landing page. Things like send monthly update. So there's an edit option, and I'll show you. But to get to this pay link, to grab a link like this that you can send to somebody in your Listings Leads account. So to get the email subject line, the copy for the email, go to the mastermind group. You'll see it right there near the top. But then to grab the individual links in your account, click on the free home values and just, you can click view. All right. And just right in the landing page, type in a property address. I got my landing page set up to be email only here. So I got the home address. Now I got the email address. No, I mean, I could ask for phone number, but I just want to keep it easy. And now this link right here, this link is unique to whoever I send it to. Well, it's unique, but I'm saying is, so now I will send this to my homeowner that lives at 1215 Meadow Lane, Roseville. And, well, I won't be sending this one due to various, maybe that's a business or something. I don't know. Let me try another one. Sorry about that. I just realized, yeah, if they don't have the email or the valuation. All right, this I know is a home. So home address, put the property address, put your email. Now, a benefit of this is you will be emailed this. So it's going to send an email to you with the same information. So that way, if they call you up, if they respond to you, you'll have the information available. Or maybe they send you a text like, hey, do you really think it's that low? Or is that just what it's saying? But this could be a great way to get some nice engagement from people. So here we go. Home value estimate, 121 Tomlinson Drive. Low, average, high. Again, value estimate seems pretty wide. Again, PDF guides. So what's really cool, check this out. If they go to download, it will actually download the guide automatically right there. And I'll get an email letting me know, a notification letting me know that that person downloaded the guide, which is really awesome. A, they're getting some good value from you. B, you're getting notified of what they're doing. So it's really, really cool. Nearby sold homes like we saw earlier. All right, again, the review. So yeah, we saw that before. All right, any questions on that before we move on? I thought I would share that with you. Now, we are here for pending. In fact, one more thing. So this is a single property website. And download or detailed brochure. So I thought it was kind of interesting. So they're downloading to a Google Drive where they've got a lot more information. We could almost do like disclosures like that if you wanted to. And then they got our direct to buyer program. So they talk about their service fee, right? Or their services here. But what I like is really cool is check this out. And they could actually move what I'm going to show you up on the list here. But they put in a series of videos which I don't really understand. This is a Canadian company. Whose stack is whose? I don't really get that. But these are videos that the broker feels help grow their business, right? These are videos that are meant for buyers. They're meant for sellers. And so the point is, instead of relying on people getting to your YouTube channel, where you may have some really cool videos, you can put them in your single property websites. You actually put them in your account so that they automatically show up on single property websites. So she didn't drop these videos in one by one every single time that she has a new listing. She just dropped them into the account with a few settings. And so now every time a listing comes in, boom, it gets a video. So this is phenomenal for like area videos, community videos, how you work with buyer videos, how you work with seller videos, yearly events that you might do. A lot of really cool things there that you can do with that. All right. Anyways, let me bop over to my other monitor real quick. Oh my God. Sorry about my voice. I can hear my voice is just the worst. Let me log into my account. So I gave you some work to do regarding the landing page, and using that free home buyers landing page, I gave you an email. Knock some of those out. That is something that you could do almost every day of the month. I mean, you literally could send 4 to 5 of those out a day, depending on how many leads you got. And that might be something that I just do on a regular basis, right? Easy, no pressure, great engagement, right? The way we do the double, kind of that double, not the double ask. Let me go back to the mastermind group. But the way we phrase that, I come back here. So here's that email. Does this seem low or about right to you? I know you're planning not to sell, but I'm just curious about what you think. So we're just we just want to get them engaged, because then once they get engaged, did you want me to run a more detailed analysis for you? It takes me like 3 or 4 minutes. Don't mind doing it at all. I do it for people all the time. Because if they say yes to that, then well, maybe they are thinking about selling at some point. But we want to just ease into that conversation in a way that will let them self-select in a way that couldn't be more easy for them and more likely that they actually do. All right. So yeah, any questions on that, let me know right now, or go to the mastermind group and leave a comment. And let's go to listings, and let's just get through marketing a pending listing. I'm going to be a little bit short and sweet on this. Again, I can feel, I was sick last week and I'm pretty much over it, but I still have some congestion. So I've got a listing. Now here's a really cool thing. When you can do this where you are the selling agent. So even if you're not the listing agent, you have a buyer in contract on a property. You could add it to your account as status pending, in contract, under contract, active, contingent, and market it. We will actually flip all the language around. Then we got just sold selling agent. So that's another great one. But for pending, if I click the green market listing button, and try that again. Sorry, somehow my screen just zoomed in. All right. So I'm going to land on the pending overview. So we got our step-by-step guide, our checklist. If I click learn more here, this is going to take you to essentially the blueprint / playbook for all things pending. One of the first things I tell people, think about changing the property description. You can see more of that right here. What I want to do is I want to change that property description to speak to homeowners versus home buyers, because now in my marketing and just in general, it'll be more of the neighbors, more homeowners that are going to see my marketing than it will be home buyers. And so you can see some examples. I mean, I got the training on how to do that. Just a kind of a nice thing to do. If you don't do it, it's not the biggest, it's not the end of the world. But what we do want to do is a Facebook and Instagram ad. We want to celebrate this. Again, as either the listing or the selling agent. We're going to autofill location. If I want to change something here, I'm telling you, best cost per lead typically is people just leaving it as is. So if you want to, use a Chat GPT or Grok or Manus description, totally feel free to do it. Just keep in mind, if you're seeing your cost per lead is a lot higher than normal, maybe come back and try it against our standard language and see how that works for you. But I could completely come in here and say, for example, is now pending above the So I say just add a little bit of color to it. So I said it is now pending, and then I added above the asking price in 17 days and is expected to close soon. When this home is sold, it will affect your home's value. Click below, blah, blah, blah. All right. My budget minimum of 50. I'm going to go to 100. It'll automatically start and end in 1 week. Now, we have brought Facebook into listings to lead, so you don't need to worry about the Facebook Ads Manager. You can change the template. You can do a video. If you wanted to do a video like we saw earlier for the down payment assistance, you could do a video talking about how you got the property into contract. And that video could be right here. So that could be easy. I can also retarget if I want to. There's other options I have, but just click create ad. Don't overcomplicate it. It should not take you more than a minute if you're going slow and methodical. It's just confirm location, increase your budget a little bit, double check your start and end date, and make sure your images are good, and then click create ad. Like literally, it should take you about a minute. Now, we have got AI text follow-up, which I highly recommend that you leverage. It will engage with those leads almost immediately. I see good stuff coming from it every single day. The key is, though, you want to make sure you're generating enough leads for it to be worth it and for you to get benefit from it. All right. You want to be getting you want this AI text to be qualifying leads every day, every other day at worst. Right. Now, you are also going to still want to follow up with your leads as normal. So even if you do the AI text, you want to make sure you get your emails set up. You want to make sure you're going to call them every day. So follow-up is still a thing. The AI text is just a good leverage because, again, a couple things about it is, it'll reach out immediately. We got great conversations. They're really good. In fact, I think they're now qualifying at like almost 15% from 11 to 12 in the beginning. So we're changing around the conversations and everything, and we're actually seeing really good results from that. But like I'm saying, you still want to make the phone call. You still want to do the follow-up stuff. In listings, now if you want to get the leads to your CRM, you can go to your profile, set up your CRM. Our support can help you with that. If you want to take advantage of our email follow-up, we got follow-ups right here. Our email follow-ups are amazing. The autoresponders for these are all set up automatically, so you don't need to worry about all that stuff. All you need to worry about is just get the ad live and then start following up with your leads. Any questions on that? Social media post. This was what is going to go out to Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, X, and Google. You want to make sure that you got this set up. It's great to get out to all those websites. Similar to the ad, it's going to be primarily focused on engaging homeowners, right? Because we want to engage homeowners. Similar to the ad, another home in Rockland, California is pending, expected to close soon. When this home is sold, it will affect your home's value, right? Similar. People click here, they go to the pending single property website, and the main lead form is actually for them to put in their address and get a home value update. Now, they got all the PDF guides. They got other things that they can do as well. Look through the property. And that's why I recommend, if you can, changing that property description from a buyer focused to a seller focused. Then you can see my examples. You can copy and paste. Take what I did, copy into yours, edit it if you want, and you'll be good to go. All right. Oh my God. I'm sorry for my voice. I can just totally hear my voice is shot. The next two tools, these go together: an email to send to the seller and a social media post for the seller. We want the seller to put this on their Facebook page. And as a buyer's agent, if they're my buyer, right now, I'm going to wait until maybe all the contingencies are closed or taken care of. I wouldn't want to post this on my buyer's page and all of a sudden they cancel the contract. That would not be good. All right. So we want to make sure we're getting pretty clear to close, that we're comfortable, that we're very confident in this thing. But I either as a listing agent or the selling agent, get this to my seller when it's appropriate. Now, the reason this is so powerful is because it's a success. All right. This is a success, and it's the seller or the buyer sharing it. It's not you sharing it. They're putting it on their Facebook wall. They're letting all the people they know about how amazing you are as either the listing or the selling agent. It encourages people to click, take a look at it. What you're going to want to do after you get this to the seller is and maybe leave a quick comment on the social media post. So here's how you do it. So we got share on seller social media. The green button will say add seller info. I've already added it. So you can see I got their info, drop it in. Click send. And then do the same thing for the email, for the e-flyer. Add seller, add tip. I think actually that will autofill from the one above, but it's not going to send it until you come in here and click send. So do that for both of them, and then call the seller up and say something to the effect of, hey, John, Scott here. Want to let you know that, we just removed all the contingencies, so we should be good to close in about 9 days. I sent you something to put up on your Facebook page, letting everybody know that we got your home into contract. Would love to have you put that up there because we are not going to stop marketing your home until we close escrow. All right. So we're going to still market your home because you just never know what could happen. So once we close escrow. So anyways, if you can put that on your Facebook page, share that email with people, that would be phenomenal. And they're going to do it. And you're going to get clicks. You're going to get more eyes on your brand. You're going to get in front of one of the best audiences out there, which is the sellers, your clients' referral group. That's the referral group. That's the group that you hope you're going to get referrals from. You might as well start getting known now. All right. One of my favorite tools is the nearby homeowner letter. This tool right here is so powerful. You can edit it a little bit if you want to, similar to what I did with the ad. You can download and mail this. There's a few companies. One is called Zaire Mail. Not Zaire Mail. All right. ZAIR Mail, ZAIRmail.com. Mailbox Power is another one. Thanks.io is another one that are all good. And the reason I mentioned those in particular is because, I'm sorry, I should have brought it up instead of just keep on talking here. So let me bring it up. The reason why you want to look at one of those is it is important that if you're going to mail it, that the envelope looks like it was personally done. We have had clients, they will get green colored envelopes, green, yellow, red, whatever, and even get, some people that have become top producers. And they started out with colorful envelopes and like metallic markers as the, to write the information on the envelope. So not like the really big fat ones that make it really difficult, but kind of the nice, I should have had an Amazon link, but just like a nice marker, but it's that metallic kind of ink. All the way through, people will print the nearby homeowner letter at home. They'll just tri-fold it, and then they just write the address right there. Sometimes people send it to Mailbox Power. They send it to Zaire Mail, Thanks IO, because those printers, again, they can do the handwritten font, like a handwritten style font, with a first class stamp, because we do not want this to look like a business envelope, because it will get the business treatment. And that's not what we want. We want it in the house. But this is phenomenal for door knocking. I mean, this is so good for door knocking. I've gone door knocking with it, and it opens up some great conversations. If you were to door knock 100 of these at the right time, so every area is going to be different, you could easily have 10 conversations, and maybe 5 to 6 could be good conversations, and where those are people you're going to be adding to your database. And if you're better at it, if you do it and get better, your numbers could completely increase, because these letters are so good. So anyways, let's role play real quick on a door knocking. So let me bring that back up. I apologize. I should have. Let's do a quick role play. All right. So we got the letter, and we could be the buyer's agent, right? The selling agent. We could be the listing agent. Either way is totally fine. And so I got, print up 100 of them. I'm door knocking. And I could also, anyway, so door knock, take a couple of steps back. If and when they get to the door, I'm going to reach out my arm, lean forward a little bit, maybe take half a step forward, kind of easy, and just say, hey, my name is Scott Pierce with XYZ Realty, and 333 Main Court, just around the corner, went pending recently. And I'm the listing agent, I'm the selling agent, and I just wanted to share that information with you. All right. There's a QR code or a text code if you want more information. You can see all the photos, but it's a great property. And at that point, they very likely will start asking you questions like, oh, is it that brick house that, had the car on bricks for the last 6 months, right? Something, who knows? But they very easily could start asking you questions about it. Or they may say something like, oh, that went fast, or, oh, I didn't know it was for sale, or, oh, I know those people. Yeah, we had Christmas dinner there a couple of years ago, and they're so nice, and blah, blah, blah. But what it does, it starts opening up conversations. And the more conversations we can have, the more closer we can get to actually working with them. All right. And setting up next steps, and setting up, getting their contact information and sending them some information about how they could increase their home value. All right. How they could increase their curb appeal, or just give them an equity update check. Make sense? So the goal is get those conversations going to set up next steps. And this is the way to get that done, right? That nearby homeowner letter is so powerful. Now, for those of you that would rather just do a postcard or a door hanger, we got those. They're awesome. EDDM, jumbo. We have tons of different styles. We have a circle prospecting script. So if you want to go circle prospecting, you can do that. Give me a second here. I'm going to bring up Follow-Up Boss, because the next step, or the next tool, is the e-flyer for database. So let me just give me a second here. I'm going to log in the other monitor. I wish I'd have brought a glass of water with me. All right, almost. Give me a second here. I'll bring this over. And so the next tool here is the e-flyer for your database. You can send this through Listings to Leads, or you can send it from your CRM. Was just talking to a client, in fact, last night. It was actually, so I was talking to a client on text, and a bit out of the blue, he goes, you got to tell people to send that e-flyer to their database. He goes, I love it. And I know he actually got a lead from it a week or so ago. So this is the e-flyer. Right. So we're letting people know that the home is now pending. You can edit it again, similar to what we did with the ad, similar to what you can do with the nearby homeowner letter. So you could add in, for example, here, If I go to edit email, and 333 Rocket went pending. I'm going to say over asking in 17 days, right? Just something easy. What I don't want to do, and this is where people really kill the conversion or the engagement, is they add way too much stuff. Your instinct is going to add everything possible. And that is really the wrong instinct. The instinct is a little bit of information, right? If they're going to self-select. So our goal is just to get in front of them. We get in front of them by sending them the email and then getting them engaged. All right. If you give them too many things to go through, they're not going to get engaged. And so I always like to keep that main, that top part there, right? It's just on point and super short. So my point here is don't go throwing in a bunch of stuff here, because what we want them to do is either reply back or click. So they can either go to the pending property website, they can get their home value update. In either way, they're going to be able to get their home value, get more information get a PDF guide. So there's a lot of great content here. So if we want to send this through, just click the green Send Now button, select the list, and click Send. And you've also got the opportunity or the option to click the copy icon. And we got 3 options that are all pretty self-explanatory. I clicked on the FUB one. And I just drop it in there. All right. And we've also got a database call script. I would 100% make sure I call through my database when I got a pending listing. If I'm on the buyer side, I would still call my homeowner leads. All right. Hey, this is Scott. Want to let you know that we just went into contract on a home, not just around the corner from you. Or if it's a seller lead, homeowner lead in my database, maybe it's a neighbor from another open house I had in the area a little while back ago. That'd be a perfect person to call. So anyone that's in my database that lives anywhere near that house, I'm going to for sure make sure I call them. And I might call some of my buyer leads, because I think this would be great to just keep some of my buyer leads in the know of what's going on, right? So if you're a buyer lead, I might call you up and say something to the effect of, in fact, you're going to see here, we've got 3 different endings for this. So if they own a home near the property, they own a home not near the property, or they're a buyer lead. So really anybody in your database can get a phone call from you, which would be nice. All right. We don't want to be invisible agents into our database. So hopefully you're leveraging that pretty well. We give you so many database call scripts, it's ridiculous. And they're all really good. All right. Next up is a short form video script. Record the video. We got the script to the right. If you don't know how to use a script, click the blue How to Use a Teleprompter app button. This will take you to a video that I did where I walk you through how to use a teleprompter app. Super easy. Once you do a few of them, you'll realize how easy they are. All right, here's my property website. And, all right, so very last thing. And normally I like to start off with this. If you are the listing agent, I think one of the most powerful things that you can do is get this up. And I apologize, because normally I start off with the yard sign, because that is my favorite. So I'm going to put that on the yard sign arm. And if I click the blue Learn More button, I should listing flyers. All right, let me see. Let's go to sign writers. So we're on the listing flyers. You will do the pending, do the text. Make sure you got this on there. Let me see if this will take me. Yeah, let me see. Text IVR sign writers. No, let's do this. If I go to the playbook right here, you see that yard sign? That's what your yard sign should look like. Pending, the text for more information, and then a acrylic flyer holder box with flyers in it. Because our flyers actually are like print Facebook ads. Check this out. Let me download this. I was talking to somebody the other week, and it was funny. She's a top agent. She just moved from one state to open up a team in another state. And she's not really that into lead generation, but she's like, I love your flyers. And I was like, oh, thanks. Always nice to hear. But we got a QR code. We got the text code. We got a URL, right? Different styles. We've also got a little thing here about if you want to get your home's value, if you need to sell before you buy. So putting this on the yard sign and then putting pending or in contract, whatever it is that you do, because that way more people are going to notice it. And then they're going to notice, oh, it's active contingent. Oh, it's pending. Oh, it's whatever it is. It gets their attention. And then if it says text for more information, they're more likely to. Or if they see some flyers on the yard sign, they're very likely, all right, much more than if you didn't have the pending. So if you got the pending, it's going to help convert a lot. That's why we do the pending on the top, okay? So I've either got the text for more information and or the flyer box. Both would be best. Either or would be better than neither. And these are free. These are some of the best leads. And if you got a pending listing and you're not leveraging your yard sign like the way I just said, you're probably leaving a deal on the table. Like literally, I would bet 1.25 deals you're losing if you don't do your yard sign that way. Could even be more. Could be more. And over the course of a year, that could be 4 to 5 deals or more, depending on how many listings you're doing. I don't know who wants to lose that kind of money. All right. Anything else that we should cover? Okay, that's pretty much it for the pending. Oh, you know what? One more thing. Back in the overview for the step-by-step guide, click that green Learn More button. There's actually we got some training on, I'll show you here, Instagram stories, Reels, TikTok. So if I scroll down to this, it says Instagram stories, but there's also TikTok and you can put on YouTube. But check this out. It says click here to see examples. Click here, view story. So check out this story. And there's music. You just can't hear it because of the speakers. So this is an image of my pending listing. It could be a little video clip, whatever. And we got a poll. And I got a training right on that page about how to do this if you don't know. But this is a phenomenal way to be able to engage with people on Instagram. TikTok has very similar features. And it says this Folsom home went pending in 34 days. And it's got some options that people can select. And notice here, so just sold in Folsom, so pending in Folsom, our 100-point home marketing plan wins again. Then it says thinking about selling your home and want to download Secrets to Selling Your Home Fast guide. Then the poll options are yes, I'm curious, I'm looking to buy. Check this. This gets even better. Just sold in Folsom. So again, this could be another. You can do one of these every single day. I'm telling you, you could do a post for pending and contract every single day. Just use a different image. Maybe sometimes you do a little bit of a video clip. But check this out. Because what's so awesome, I'm linking free home value estimates. I can link to a landing page right from my Instagram story. I can have a poll that's interactive, right? Imagine another home pending in Granite Bay. Get the 100-point plan now. Damn, that looks awesome. I can download your 100-point home marketing plan, right from Listings to Leads, right from my website. This home is pending in Rockland, linking to the single property website. And remember I talked to you about edit the property description to becoming something that is more geared towards homeowners. And so notice my property description. It's not talking about how beautiful the property is. It's talking about how the home is now pending, my 100-point home marketing plan. And I talk a little bit about that. I talk a little bit about the homeowners in the area. And then I offer my plan. And so this is much more advanced marketing, much more strategic, much more engaging. So many opportunities, all right, between the different the poll ideas I give you here, the different links of offer that you can make from the Listings to Leads platform. So again, yeah, you'll see that right there, Instagram stories. Check that out because they're all free. And those could have been little video clips, like in the front of the house, like the kitchen, walking through the living room. These don't have to be 45-second videos with me in them. They can just be, like I said, an image, the ad template even. It could be a quick little video clip. Don't overthink it. That's the point. All right. Any questions on anything that we covered today? I feel like I covered a lot pretty quickly. Make sure to get to the mastermind group for this. All right. I want to make sure. Oh, wait, what happened? Sorry about that. Come back here. Yeah. So get to the mastermind group. The text for that email is right in the post. So you can just copy this, go to your email. You can set up as a template, just, set it up to get sent out. And then coming back into Listings to Leads, go to landing pages, go to free home buyers, the very first one right there. And then right in that box, do the property address. Click and enter. And I might say yes at this price. You don't really need that for what you're doing. I will show you how to edit this lead form because I don't want to have to sit there and do my name and phone number every time. So before we get off, after I show you this next page, I'll show you how you can change the lead form right here, just so it's quick and easy. But boom, now I can send this to my seller at that property. And I can just go to the back button and do the next one. Do the next one, do the next one, do the next one, and just send out these emails. Hey man, do 2, 3, 4, 5 of them a day when you're in between doing other things. Do it for friends of yours. All right, do it for people you know. But man, I'm telling you, the more of those kind of emails that you get out to your database, to people in your farm, the more conversations you're going to have again. And so last thing here, let me just show you for the landing page. If I go to edit to change that lead form. So this is the main editors on the left, and we got lead form text and form fields. I'm going to go to form fields. And let's see. So I got use Facebook registration, which is off, which is good. So property address is right here. And then click and enter selling price. That's the button text. And look up here, it says page 1. Then there's a drop down that says pricing. And that's this, I would sell my home for page. Now, if I don't need it there, I can just take it out. And then now page 2, all right, page 1 was the property address. This is going to be page 2. And I can say, name. I'm going to make it optional, email required, and I'll leave phone, but I'm going to leave it as optional. And then now if I save it, and I can always save it back later if I want to, or I can create another property valuation plus landing page. I can create as many of these landing pages as I want. So you're not stuck to just one. And so now here, let's just see what we come up with. So I'm adding the address. And because I made name and phone number optional, view my report. Yeah, Gordon, dude, I'm telling you, you should give me a second, Gordon. I'll speak to you in a second, but in a way that'll be positive for everybody. And Gordon, if you need help with this as well, let me know, because you could do this. You're right. You got Bold Trail, right? Just pop off a few of these from that landing page in your account. But yeah, so Gordon's got an open house this weekend. If you got a chance beforehand, if you're, this afternoon or this evening or whatever, you find yourself in the neighborhood, it's a condo building, so you're not going to be able to get to the unit necessarily, but go to the building and just do a little video, maybe a video kind of panning a little bit left to right so that it looks nice. And then you could do, let's go back here. Let's go back to our examples. And this is, if you want to access this page directly, it's listingsleads.com/pending. And so here's Instagram. And you can see there's a lot more examples down here. But in fact, you know what we'll do? In fact, let's do open house, because Gordon's got an open house. So I'll do listingsleads.com/open house. I'm going to scroll down to the stories because we got examples there. So Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. So Gordon, you could do just something like that right there, right? Except you're going to be showing the building, right? And you could do open house in Perdido Key. Could you see yourself living here, right? We got the poll. Yes, it's really nice. I prefer a different style, right? You could customize that to make it good for you. And then put a link. Dude, you can put a link to the property website. You could put a link to a buyer guide, get the down payment assistance guide. Although I don't think that unit is good for DPA, but it could be, insider secrets for home buying, right? Whatever guide. We got so many guides. Or it could be a link to the property website like this one. So, but yeah, Gordon, ping me later if you want to bounce any ideas off of it. Yeah. And also for everybody, get to the mastermind group. All right. If you go to the marketing calendar and resources, and there's marketing calendar, presentations, resources, and then Facebook mastermind group. If you click that green button, you can either click to request an invitation. It's invite only, just how these groups are. And then get to that post right here. All right, everybody, listen, have a great one. I'm going to go get some cough medicine. My voice is going out on me. So have a great weekend. Get with our support if needed. Get to the mastermind group, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody. All right. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it.